Good afternoon. I typically come to you and I say, hey, I'm a candidate for governor of Florida. My name's Rodney Glover. Please go to my bio and look at how you can support. The main way to support is to download the petition that's in the link tree and take it to your supervised elections office. I will ask you for that support until June of 2026 because that is the last opportunity I have to get 1,200 people from every county in Florida to turn in a petition. So that's why that's important to me. But today, I wanted to talk to you about a section in HR 1, the Big Beautiful Bill, because it does take time to go through this document that's already been passed. So today we're going to talk about section 111001 of the bill. The title of that section is Extension of Special Depreciation Allowance for Certain Property. What on earth does that mean? So let me explain to you. It's really simple. Citizens pay for private jets. That's what it means. And I wanted to know what on earth they were talking about. So this section permanently reinstates 100% bonus for depreciation for business aircraft. This is an immediate full deduction. Businesses can deduct the entire cost of a private jet in the year of purchase rather than spreading it out over multiple years. Here we go. Because it's important that you understand what this actually means. It means that every citizen is paying for a private jet that you can never fly because it's not yours. Even though that money gets deducted from you. So I did the work for you. When someone receives 100% tax deduction for purchasing a private jet, everyone else pays for it. Everyone else pays for it. That's us. How do other taxpayers pay for this? Through higher relative tax burdens, future generations through increased national debt, recipients of government services through potential funding cuts, the broader economy through miscalculation of resources. That's how we pay for it. So, get this. The private jet deduction is going to cost you and I $370 billion over 10 years. That's how much they put in there. That's approximately $1,150 per U.S. citizen, $1,170 per Florida resident, $4,280 for a Florida family of 4. There you have it. You're paying for jets that you will never be able to fly in. You're going to pay for these jets. Now, an individual may say, that's exactly what I voted for. I knew exactly what that was. No, you did not. You were not out here saying that people should work for, and you don't want to pay Medicaid, you don't want to give out handouts, you don't believe in that there are non-able-bodied people out here, but you're willing to pay $1,070 for someone else's jet that you can never afford. Never afford. I think that I looked up the number of personnel in Florida. There are 57 billionaires in Florida who could potentially use this provision. Now let me tell you what you could have did with that money. This could have funded Florida's entire K-12 educational budget for 13 years. It could have repaired 15,120 bridges nationwide. It could have expanded healthcare access to millions of Americans. Yet, millions of Americans decided, by way of representative democracy, that instead of expanding healthcare, you'd rather pay for a private jet that you'll never be on. And the sole thing that I'm asking for is the opportunity to give citizens a chance to weigh in. That's it. So, if you go and you talk to somebody, you tell them that, hey, in the HR 1 beautiful bill, There is 100% tax deduction on private jets, and we're paying for that tax deduction while simultaneously not being able to solve poverty, while simultaneously not being able to solve homelessness. But we can pay for private jets for individuals who make more than enough money. It's 57 estimated billionaires in Florida. And you mean to tell me that they needed taxpayer money to pay for the jet that I'll never be on? Even if I was going to be on it, I would not personally make that purchase. That's just who I am. I just wouldn't do it. So when I talk to you and I say, hey, I'm a candidate for governor of Florida, take me serious in my face value of not wanting to take money from you. I know there are prominent names out there. I know there are. I'm aware of that, but there are 26 candidates running for governor of Florida. Why would I ask you for your money when you're giving it away to a private jet that you're never gonna fly in? When you're already being stolen from, why would I ask you for more money, even if I knew that money, even if I do know that money would be used to reach more people? The best that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to spread the word. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna ask you to spread the word because you got enough people stealing from you already. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to say that it's for the greater good, and by some happenstance, the wrong person gives me money and ties me to something that I did not want to associate myself with when I'm trying to give us a chance. But right now, I'm paying for a private jet that I never wanted and that I'm never going to fly in at the expense of not solving poverty or homelessness, and at the expense of knowing that there will be individuals taken off of Medicaid, at the expense of knowing that Social Security is going to dwindle away, at the expense of knowing that we are hurting people. I'm wasting my tax dollars on a private jet that I never wanted in the first place. And the only thing that we had to do was put in some simple regulations to say that you cannot rush these bills through, and you give us a chance to say no. That's all I ask. So when you run across my video, when you get to this 8 minutes, you get to them 18 minutes, most of it's me trying to give you the information. There's a small portion of it asking you to support me. But the information's important. There is a root cause solution to these problems that we're creating. And part of that solution is to give more people information and give them a way to use it. I'm gonna stop studying for today. I really am. Because I have to come to terms that people are gonna defend what they say is the good parts when we didn't even have to accept the bad ones. You guys have a great day.